Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There's a semi-unprecedented recommendation that's in the middle of all this as well, and it's the Medicare Advantage demonstration program. GAO seems to stick its neck out last year and to say there is a program that HHS is implementing that I think the term was is outside the bounds of the statute, what they're given permission to do. And it's about an $8 billion program that you said is not only wasteful, but it's probably not even legal, though obviously you didn't make that statement. The GAO was very careful to say we're not attorneys, we're not making this recommendation about legality of it. But of all the demonstration programs that have happened since 1995, it's larger than all of them combined. You recommended and said this program is not demonstrating anything. We recommend to the administration that it be canceled. Was that program canceled?
No.
Can you determine why the program came into existence, a program that is outside of the bounds of the statute that they don't have legal authority to do, that's larger than all of the demonstration programs combined? Were you able to get an answer from the administration why they're doing this program at all?
Yeah, with the Chairman's permission, I'd like to bring up another person who wasn't sworn in.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Okay.
It's
James Cosgrove was our witness before this committee and is our expert on this matter.
just to be technical, please rise. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that testimony you will give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Let the record reflect an affirmative also, and you're in.
What is your best guess of why the administration did it in the first place?
The stated intention from the administration was that they wanted to test a way of giving plans a stronger incentive to improve their quality.
The way they had designed the program, was that possible to get that outcome?
What we determined was that it was impossible for an evaluation to be done to see whether the demonstration worked or not, which is why we recommended that the demonstration be canceled.
So they dumped $8.3 billion over 3 years into a program to demonstrate something that it's not possible to demonstrate something with. Why would they do that? They're very smart folks. Could you ever determine, did you ever get an answer back from them? We had a hearing with this committee as well to try to ask some of the same questions. Were you able to determine why they're spending this $8-point-some-odd billion?
What we have is simply their stated reason for doing the demonstration. This is also in the context that Congress passed and the President signed into law provisions that would have given plans an incentive to increase their quality. CMS, instead of implementing those provisions, set those aside and implemented the demonstration program instead.
We're still, in this report that we're talking about today, recommending that this demonstration be canceled. There's still $2 billion that hasn't been spent yet that the Congress could act to stop the demonstration.
Correct. So Medicare Advantage was to be cut based on the existing law that's sitting out there, the Affordable Care Act. I assume is what you're talking about when you talk about the law that's been passed. There was a reduction in the Affordable Care Act. That reduction was replaced with this demonstration program appropriately right before last year's election to sustain it over 3 years, and then it goes away at that point. So we're still trying to figure out where they came up with $8 billion to be able to move into a program that everyone said this is not legal, and that everyone has said this is wasteful. It's not actually you can't do a demonstration project that doesn't demonstrate anything and be able to just insert money into the process on that. We're still dealing with the same dynamic here. Now we have $2 billion left. The full recommendation is continue to cut this off for next year because it's not actually accomplishing anything. Is that correct?
Yes.
There's also the Medicaid portion of this as well, dealing with the uncompensated care. Can we go through a little bit of those recommendations also? Because you made some pretty strong recommendations on that. This is a high-risk area and has been for a while.
Caroline Yocum, please, if I might indulge the committee.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Let the record reflect another yes.
Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about the recommendations that are there for uncompensated care reimbursement from Medicaid going to the States. What was the recommendation?
One of the main recommendations had to do with the way that States calculate their disproportionate share payments and the use of supplemental payments. In general, the issue that there's several issues. One of the main points is getting some transparency and some accountability to how states are managing these payments. We have also suggested that Congress requires CMS to take 3 broad actions. First, to improve the state reporting of these supplemental payments. Secondly, to clarify the methods of calculating how these payments will be made. And then thirdly, to require independent audits of these payments.
Are there some states that are more prone to these supplemental payments than others?
That is a difficult question to answer because we don't have the full picture of all the supplemental payments that are out there.
But the nature of these payments has grown over the years quite extensively.
Right.
Correct, Carolyn? Yeah.
But at this point, we don't even know which states are more open to this or using it more often than others, even be able to get that level of information from CMS.
We really don't. What we know is that reporting on these payments is improving, but it's still not 100%. And we know that from 2010, there was $32 billion, and in 2011, it's up to $43 billion. So they are on the rise.
Yeah, basically, I believe in this area that Congress will need to act to require CMS to take these actions, and I believe it's appropriate. There's a lot of money at stake here, and there's not a proper amount of transparency and accountability.
Thank you. With that, I yield back.